All right, we're out here in the garage working on the Ram. I'm gonna be installing these reverse leveling springs. So you can see I've got the front wheels chalked, both of them are. And from what I've seen, get the truck up, have the rear full droop, disconnect the sway bars, disconnect the shocks, and you can just pull the spring out. So we're gonna put that theory to the test real quick. All right, over here on the driver's side, you can see we've got the sway bar disconnected. It's just a little 16 mil. And we also have the shock disconnected, right? Big old 21 mil bolt. Here on the passenger side, we just have the sway bar disconnected. And so how I take this bolt out is, on the other side, there's a big 21 mil nut. Right, I just loosen it up with my box end wrench, take the nut off, and then bring your jack over and put weight underneath the shock mount, because the axle's heavy and it wants to, you know, be pulled down, so it's only supported by the shock. So use your jack to get enough weight off of it so you can pull the bolt out, and then hopefully we can get the spring out, because right now you can see it ain't going nowhere. I mean, it's definitely not tight, but can't get it out. All right, we're gonna do this live. So see, I've got it supported. I can pull the bolt out by hand. That's what you want. Now we'll lower the jack. Hopefully it comes out from underneath it. Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, I can probably wiggle that out of there. What about the driver's side? Yeah, so I can't necessarily pull them out, but it's pretty close. I can probably stand on it, put some weight on the axle, and it should come right out. So which side? So it looks like the small side goes down. So that's different spring height, not crazy. I wonder if I should put these on there. Are they glued on? Yeah, they're glued on. Okay, I guess we're not transferring the, forget what these are called, but yeah, we'll just put the new one in. All right, so it's in. It's kind of hard to do this by yourself, but I just couldn't get the spring to be centered on this head. It kept wanting to fall to one side or the other, but if you had someone to help you, this would be way easier. This side's in. We're gonna throw the driver's side in. All right, so the passenger side took me like 10 minutes. This one took me all of 10 seconds. So I had to put some weight down on the axle to get the spring out. Also had to put weight on the axle to get the new spring in, but you can see the dimples are up there. Spring is correctly aligned, it's centered. This one, since there's weight on it, you don't have to try to hold it, jack it up, do it all. Like it's fine, it's in there. So now we get to put it back together and see how it looks. All right, so got the wheels put back on. Lugs torqued to 130. I haven't lowered the truck yet, so I just got it low enough to where the tires were touching. So we're gonna see what the fender gap looks like. Switch it back to normal zoom. I'll pull it outside, but yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the rake gone. Honestly, it's sitting pretty flat now. Cool. So we do still have a tiny bit of rake in the back, which is perfect. I tow with this, my tiny little 5x8, nothing crazy. So I didn't want it perfectly level, because then with anything in the bed, it'd be, you know, squatting. But a tiny bit of rake, dude, it looks perfect. The gaps are almost perfect, front and rear. Damn, that looks good. So I'm sure these will settle over the next couple days. But the truck looks like it's sitting so much lower. That's crazy. Looks good. I wonder if I'll get any better gas mileage. Yeah, that's it for this one. I know it was quick, but that was super easy. This took me like 45 minutes total, and that was with filming. So thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.